Hello and welcome to Throttle Up. Today we are going to review a car which looks like the Mini Harrier but competes with the likes of Maruti Ignis, Renault Kiger or Nissan Magnite. Yes, this is the Tata Punch. So Tata Punch comes in four variants, namely Pure, Adventure, Accomplished and Creative. Creative being the topmost model, and this is the Creative Dual Tone. The creative trim starts at around 8 lakhs 30,000 ex-showroom, and you can also opt for different packs which Tata offers for connected car tech. They call it IRA pack, which costs around 30,000 additional. The Punch comes with a 1.2 litre petrol engine, which is a 3-cylinder engine, and it does not get any diesel or CNG options. But there is an option between transmissions where you can opt for either a manual or an automatic. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review. This is the key fob of the car. It comes with 4 buttons: lock, unlock, to turn on the headlamps and to open your tailgate. So as you can see, I can just turn on or turn off the headlamps at the press of a button. So it comes with a Tata badging on the other side and it's black in color. Opening the hood of the car, it is, as I mentioned, a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder engine which produces around 113 Nm of torque and 86 PS of maximum power. It is a very neat looking engine and do not get open bits. There is also an insulation to prevent cabin noise, and it's very heavy since this is a Tata. The bonnet is actually heavy. Coming to the front profile of the car, it is indeed a Mini Harrier, and you get a lot of elements which are similar to that of a Tata. Specifically, you get the tri-star design just like in your many different Tata cars. There's a proper piano black grille. It does not get any breathing space on the top, but there is one obviously down below. Again, a lot of inverted Mercedes logos or the tri-stars as I just mentioned. And the grill is plastic. The bumper is plastic down below. Coming to the headlamps, there is this halogen indicator, DRLs at the top in the same unit. You get a halogen projector and the high beam headlamps down below. So I'll just show you by turning it on through the key. The DRL is lit up and the halogen projector lamp is lit up. And this is the high beam, as I mentioned. You also get a halogen fog lamp setup as well. The bumper is plastic, black plastics, no body colored option whatsoever. But again, it looks really nice and they have done a really nice job when it comes to the design, because it's a small car but you do not feel like it when you're looking at it from the front. Although side has a different story, that's when you realize it's really a small car. But then again, they have played with a lot of design elements. You can just see that alloys. It has a huge black cladding, body cladding in finished in black. This is the dual tones. You get the roof in white. You also get non-functional roof rails with the antenna. There is no shark fin antenna as such. The roof rails although are non-functional. The fuel lid also has a very neat design which is cohesive to the design. The overall length of the car is 3,827 millimeters, so that's decent. It's sub 4 meter. It's finished in white, the ORVM, just like the roof. You get the turn indicators on the outside rear view mirror. The tire profile is 195/60 R16. It's a 16-inch tire on such a small car, so it really adds to the side profile. And the alloy is machined, dual tone, and which looks really nice. But you just get this on design on the Creative, the topmost variant of the Tata Punch. Speaking of the features in the topmost variant, you also get the welcome feature and automatic rear view mirrors, and you can unlock or lock the car and they open or close automatically. So that's a good feature. The wheelbase of this car is 2445 millimeters with a ground clearance of 187 millimeters, which is highest in its segment. You can see there are almost no overhangs in the front or even at the behind. The wheelbase is almost till the very end of the length of the car. Coming to the rear of the car, they have done a really good job, and it resembles the Nexon from behind, Harrier from the front, has a lot of elements they have experimented with. This is the LED unit which you get in the tail lamp. That is the halogen indicator. That is the halogen reverse light just behind your LED, below your red tail lamp. This is how it looks when it's lit up. It looks really nice. It resembles a Nexon, and I'm not complaining, because even though it's a small car, they have really done a good job by making it feel that it's a bigger car. So it comes with a Punch badging, you get the reflectors, you also get the rear defoggers, rear wiper and a stop lamp. Has a rear parking camera positioned very neatly, rear parking sensors too. There's no fake exhaust business going on. There's a space for a reflector, but there's nothing. It's just dummy. You can also see the real exhaust there. There's space for air ventilation and to improve aerodynamics. I don't know, but there is space, which is nice. This is the reflector, as I mentioned, with again a tri-star design just with it, along with it. So the wheel is inside the boot, it's not below, which is really nice. It reduces the inconvenience. Coming to the boot, it's a 366-liter boot, which is again very nice for a car of this size. It's in a decent space. The loading lip is on the higher side, but again no complaints, although the wheel eats up bit of the boot space, as you can see on both the sides of the car. So you also get a halogen lamp in the boot. Coming to the fifth spare wheel, it's not a 16 incher, it's a 15 incher. Yeah, it's a 15 incher steel wheel. It's not an alloy, and it's also not of the same size, which again it's not a surprise because almost no car at this price point gives for the fifth wheel. So that was for the boot. Again, no complaints as such. It's a very decent boot size. You can also see this rhinoceros Easter egg. It's not the Kaziranga version, but you still get this. It also has the vocal for local sticker to remind you that the car is completely built in India and it's from an Indian brand. So yeah, again coming to the back seat, the doors open just like in your Beat or even the Tata Ultras. They open at a 90-degree angle, which alone deserves an award, honestly. For the door pads, you get a hard plastic, but it has a contrasting white and black appeal to it. All hard plastics, no soft touch. The speaker has again tri-stars with it. Adequate space for keeping a bottle and stuff. The window button is normal, not very fancy. The handle is very sturdy, the door handle, and it also gets the tweeters. So now coming into the back seat, the first thing I notice is the thigh support is decent and the leg space is also decent. Nothing extraordinary as such, but I'm not complaining. As you can see, my entire thigh is supported and I'm sitting pretty comfortably. Again, nothing extraordinary as I mentioned. Coming to the other things, you get magazine holders on both the sides. You do not get any scooped out seats, but you get an armrest, which is not that common in the car of this price. You do not get any cup holders, however, and the armrest is a bit on the smaller side. You also get adjustable headrest, but there is no headrest for the middle passenger. So remind that the middle passenger should not have a head. Yeah, just kidding. But yeah, you get only two headrests. The door handle, as I previously also mentioned, is very nicely finished and is very nice to hold. But the door window, the buttons are not that premium looking. You do not get any AC vents and do not get any Type C or USB chargers, but there's some space to keep some stuff in, but not much of a space. Yeah, you do get coat hanger and a soft grab handle as well on both the sides and the back seat. So this is how the dashboard looks like, and this very nicely done. You get the touchscreen, 7-inch instrument cluster, the AC vents covered in the body color, no sunroof, and there's this different sort of roof line, peculiar, I think, to increase the headroom maybe, or just to support the roof rails. But yeah, there's this hump in the roof line. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is how the back side looks like. As I mentioned, the recline angle is a bit on the upright side, as you can just see on the screen right now. So they could have compromised maybe on the boot space to give a more recline angle, but yeah, that is how it is. The door treatment remains the same at the front as well. A lot of hard plastics, black and white finish. You get tweeters on all the doors in this variant of the car. Yeah, there is a tweeter, as you can see. Even the front door opens at a 90-degree angle. So coming to the other bits, the buttons are not that premium in plastic finish. You get adjustable outside rear mirrors, and you can even open or close them from the inside as well. So that's very nice. You get a bottle holder as well as umbrella holder. Again, a lot of hard plastics on the complete door. You do not get any soft material on the doors. You get manual adjustability for the driver's side seat. Obviously, we can't expect any electrical adjustment at a car of this price point. You can adjust both the height and the backrest of the car. You get a proper dead pedal with the 3 pedals, obviously. The bonnet opener is down below. There's space to keep your stuff in. It's really, really deep. My whole hand can fit inside. So you can maybe keep some tickets or even a phone. You get the engine start stop button, high beam button, eco drive button, and the start stop enabler button. So you get the start stop function to increase the fuel efficiency. You get these blue surrounds around the AC vents which are in line with the body color outside. So whatever color you opt for, that is the color which will be used inside for the chrome, for the surrounds in your AC vents. Shutting the door shuts with a proper thud. Now let's talk about the steering wheel and the instrument cluster which greets you when you are seated in the driver's side of the car. So when you turn on the ignition, the speedometer does a full swipe up and even the RPM meter digitally goes from the bottom to the top. So it feels nice and it feels welcoming. The buttons on the left are for infotainment and the right are for your MID. So for the steering wheel, it's finished in leather, looks really good. As I mentioned, the left buttons are for the infotainment where you can control the volume, the channel, the voice control and all of that. The horn is placed on the sides and as well as the front. So the surrounds that you see around the buttons is also for the horn. The cruise control buttons are on the right side and the MID toggle buttons are also on the right side. Coming to the MID, you get a tachometer on the extreme left which looks really nice. You cannot change the looks of it, but it looks nice in my opinion. You also get a city and eco drive mode indicator. The features that you can toggle through are the ones which you can see right there: power torque delivery, the KMPL which is being delivered, the trips, the odometer, instant fuel empty, distance to empty. All of those features you can toggle through. The engine temperature, the odometer and the fuel gauge remains set. You cannot change the looks of those, and all the signals right there are exactly how it looks like. You get wiper controls on the left, you get headlamp controls on the right, but it also comes with rain sensing wipers and automatic headlamps. So you might not want to use those. So you get both the features when it comes to the automatic headlamps and the rain sensing wipers. Coming to the infotainment, it's a 7-inch touchscreen powered by a Harman 8 speaker setup. It's not the slickest to use because I have seen better touchscreens in this segment, but it gets the job done. It gets Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can also access the rear camera, which has the adaptive guidelines. You can also control the air conditioning controls through the touchscreen itself, although it does get the physical buttons also. You have an option to change the themes of this touchscreen as well as the MID from the touchscreen itself by using different colors like red, green, blue, and whatever you like. You also get the Drive Next feature, which shows you all the driving related information. It's not the slickest to use. There is a bit of a lag in when you touch and when the screen responds. So as I mentioned, it's not class leading. The bezels are also very big and a touchscreen could have been bigger actually in place of those bezels. A bigger touchscreen with a better touch response would have been really appreciated. You also do not get any physical buttons to control the channels or the volume. It might be a bit of an inconvenience. So this is how you can control the volume. It does not get any button. Coming to the AC vents are surrounded in blue, just like the body color. The hazard lamp button is in the center. You get a very white, soft plastic kind of looking plastic, but it's still hard. These are the controls for the AC. It does get a climate control, the automatic AC. They are physical buttons, proper. It does get a chrome lining in between also. There is no wireless charger, but you can keep your stuff in between. You get a 12-volt socket, a USB charger, USB socket. There is no Type C socket, and there is no wireless charger also, but there is decent space to keep your stuff in. There is a 12-volt socket in the center as well, and some space to keep your phone or a key in. You do not get any center console, even though this is the topmost variant. You do get two cup holders, which are a bit on the smaller side. This is the glove box, which is huge. It has this dual treatment to on the top and the bottom, and it's very deep in nature, but it's all hard plastic. You do not get any soft plastic treatment in there, but it has a layered design. This is all hard plastic, but again, this white bit feels like it's finished in fabric, so that's really nice. It's also covered in those TriStar design language, and the dashboard looks really nice because the treatment that they have done somehow comes together and gives a very cohesive feeling. Coming to the other bits, you get a lot of space on the co-driver side door as well. The sun visor comes with a mirror on the co-driver side, but I'm yet to make sense of this cabin lamp, which is almost useless because there's no illumination provided and there's no cabin lamp in the center of the roof as well. Coming to the visor on the driver's side, there is no lamp, there is no mirror rather, and you get a ticket holder. As you can see, there is no cabin lamp, and the one on the front is as good as nothing. So I am not impressed by how they have done the cabin lamp, but that's a small thing. Coming to the seats, provides very good bolstering, has a very nice under thigh support, and the backrest is also very comfortable as well. You get adjustable headrest and a very decent cushioning. There is no seatbelt adjuster, which might be there, but you get this tri-style design again on the seats as well. They could have given the seatbelt adjuster since this is the top model, but nonetheless, these are the features that you get in the creative variant of the Tata Punch. Coming to the gear knob, it's exactly the same what you get in the Nexon, the Tata Ultras, or even the Harrier for that matter. It's finished in leather and looks nice and feels premium. You do not get any auto dimming function. You get a day-night mirror which is manually adjustable. In terms of safety, it does get 2 airbags even in the topmost model. And obviously, since this is a Tata, it has a 5-star NCAP rating, and it's become sort of an obvious fact nowadays. Overall, the exterior is exactly what I expected, and rather exactly how a mini SUV should look like. Tata has really nailed the looks on this one. Coming to the interiors and the features, they have again done a pretty good job, and given the price tag of this car, it really is the value for money option even though it's the topmost variant. The one major downside is the unavailability of any engine options, because you are stuck in a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder engine and you don't even get a 4-cylinder option at that. You do not get any diesel engines, which I think few customers might still prefer, even though there are many brands which are phasing the diesel options out. But nonetheless, the Tata Punch offers exactly what you would expect in a mini SUV and has the looks, the features for you to consider this if you have a price budget of say 8 to 9 lakhs and are looking for even a compact SUV. This is the option to go for, because the features that you would get in this car you would not get in any base variant of any compact SUV, be it the Sonnet, the Venue, or the Nexon. As compared to the Ignis, the Magnite, or the Kiger, it has build quality which is way better than the other options, and the features that you get and the styling that you get is very peculiar. You get this Harrier feel and you get this proper SUV feel which you would not get in the other competitors which the Tata Punch has. So this was our review of the Tata Punch Creative variant. Do let us know in the comments what you think about the car, and would you buy one if you had a budget of 8 to 9 lakh rupees. Like the video if you like our content, and subscribe to our channel for more such car reviews and walkarounds. Keep watching Throttle Up.